Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. It is your girl Honey. Welcome back. Those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. It is your girl Honey. Today, people, we are talking all about the 5 worst synastry placements. Yes, I'm not coming to play today. You guys leave a comment on what is the worst synastry aspect you guys have experienced and why you didn't like it. I thought I'd do a very quick video, just a little midweek thing so you guys can, enjoy. I'm also on TikTok now, guys. Honey's Astro, you can find me there. Social media handles are all the same, Honey's Astro. Make sure you guys check that the accounts are legitimate because there are a lot of scammers out there, okay? I do not DM people to offer readings, and all of my readings are done directly through my website honeysastro.com. but also this video is to promote my classes, my astrology classes that I have coming out in early 2023. Make sure you guys click the link in the comment section below. There are other links there that also bring you to different things as well, so please make sure you guys are supporting me however you can. It's not by force, okay? But anyway, people, let's just talk a little bit about these placements. The first one that I don't like is moon squares. I'm not gonna lie, people, and the reason why. So moon squares is basically when your moon sits in a sign that squares another sign. So if you are a Capricorn moon, I don't recommend dating an Aries moon or even a Libra moon. If you happen to be a Gemini moon, I don't recommend dating a Virgo moon or a Pisces moon. Do you get what I mean? So there are going to be placements that I don't recommend because I see the struggle. That does not mean, disclaimer, that does not mean that you will not be happy with your partner if you happen to have moon squares or anything in this video. It's literally about an area that I see there being a struggle with in synastry. And people, yes, do not laugh at my tree. We're still decorating it, but I really love the lights up here. It's so cute. But yeah, down here, I ran out of lights. Yeah, I ran out. I will be getting more lights. So yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. People be commenting all types of shit on here. I'm aware of that, thank you. So people, your moon is your emotional fulfillment, foundation, home, security, roots is your mother. The moon is essentially how you feel safe. The house placement, the aspects, the 4th house energy, all of that contributes to how you as an individual feel safe. So if you happen to have, let's say, a Cancer moon, Cancer enjoys quality time, physical touch, spending time with someone and cooking and enjoying an us moment, sentimental gifts. And you, Cancer, are dating an Aries moon. Why? Why would you date an Aries moon? Aries are very impulsive, reactive, very passionate, very sexual, but these people don't quite understand the sensitivity of Cancer. I don't look at moon squares as being very favorable because each moon don't quite understand how each other works, so it would take a lot of compromise, the 2 moons compromising with each other. The moon being a very sensitive place, it's a very easy place to feel hurt. And if you're trying to explain to your partner how hurt that they've made you feel and they're having a hard time to understand that, you're literally not going to get anywhere. Because how you process emotions is very different to how they process it and understand it from their perspective. So we always see 2 people who struggle to understand each other on a very deep emotional level. Not to mention your love language styles. Someone could express love through showering them with gifts. Someone else could express love through acts of service. If each of you have different love languages, you may not understand the types of love languages that you want to provide for each other. Banging your heads against each other or even against the brick wall, that's what it feels like. So no, I'm not a fan of moon squares. Saturn in aspect to Mercury. Yep, that one. Yeah. Saturn is your rules, regulations, restrictions, responsibility, self-limitation, and fear. Now remember, this is a negative aspect. So if it's a square, if it's an opposition, or even worse, an in conjunction, it likes to govern and control, whatever it's an aspect to. Mercury is your everyday. It's how you fluff the pillows, how you drive, how you speak, communicate your ideas. Just thinking, you know what, I think I might just mow the lawn today. And Saturn's like, why would you do that today? Do it tomorrow, do it next week, it's gonna rain later, or you shouldn't be mowing the lawn. You can't manage a lawnmower by yourself. Saturn makes Mercury feel this big. It's condescending, it's rude, it doesn't believe Mercury's ideas are good or as creative as Mercury person might feel, and that can make Mercury feel very insecure about its own intellect. Imagine growing up and knowing that, you know what, I'm actually really smart, like I'm academic, but then you meet Saturn Square, a Saturn in conjunction Mercury, and they make you feel so shit that, well actually, am I that smart? The little things, just feeling as though you're being picked on every day, waking up and the Saturn person is complaining about what you've done or what you haven't done, how you drive the car, people. It's literally a very annoying aspect to have in synastry. So no, I'm not a big fan of that either. My next one is Pluto Square Moon. This is hella common in synastry. I probably read this almost every time someone books a synastry. The moon, again, your emotional fulfillment, foundation, home, security, your roots. And Pluto is a death, rebirth, crisis, trauma, transformation. It's power and control. Now the moon is, remember, the moon is all about how safe you want to feel. Also, Pluto happens to be a generational planet, so a lot of people born about 4 years before or 4 years after you. Okay, so what I meant to say was, if you natally have Pluto squaring your moon, a lot of people in your generation, their Pluto will also square your moon in synastry, so that makes it a lot harder for you to date people because you are likely to have a lot of intense relationships. So my advice is always to date people from a different generation, someone who could be 4 years plus older, or even younger. Just depends on the rest of the chart as well. So if you're the moon person, you'll notice that, damn, like I meet a lot of people that are like my mum, intense, that cross boundaries, that want to control me, that make me feel unsafe. And what that is psychologically is supposed to teach you more a little bit about where to find safety. And it takes a lot of psychologically analyzing your emotions. Those people that come into your life, it can be a good thing in reference to teaching you more about yourself. However, it comes at a cost. Pluto has the tendency to be very aggressive, very intense, very argumentative, but it's manipulative, and it can put you through emotional ups and downs. Like imagine just being a very content, very comfortable person. You happen to meet someone whose Pluto squares your moon. They say things or they do things to make you feel unsafe. The Pluto person can very easily bring up childhood traumas that you may not realize, or things that you might have put to bed. That just brings up a lot of wounds. Wounds aren't something that a lot of people are comfortable with because your moon represents your sense of safety. So if someone's Pluto squares your moon, you're going to always feel unsafe with that person because they keep on bringing up this wound that you thought that you buried. The next one is Pluto square Mars. I've seen this so much, and this couple, toxic, absolutely toxic. They have this intense sexual chemistry. They reconnect with each other through sex. They have vicious arguments because Mars is your motivation, drive, temperament, reaction, responses. It's your, you know, it's your energy, but it's also how you defend yourself. And Pluto is trying to manipulate and poke and prod a reaction out of Mars. It's like, for example, someone having Mars in Pisces. They might enjoy sleeping. They might feel motivated by listening to music and just having a feel-good vibe. But Pluto in Sag, you know, squaring that person's Mars, the Pluto person is like, you got to get up. You need to start changing your behavior. You've got to start changing this and putting yourself into that, or applying yourself into this. You're lazy, or this, you're that. And that can make the Mars in Pisces person feel enraged and very, very frustrated, which is where we see Mars always defending itself against Pluto. And Pluto is trying to get Mars to understand how its lack of energy, or where it's directing its energy, has psychological effects. In the worst case scenario, there can be domestic abuse. Like Mars is trying to get Pluto to do that, but Pluto is also trying to get Mars to look at how it's reacting. So we're seeing a couple that argue like cat and dog. Like, it's vicious. I'm not a big fan of this aspect because I just see really bad arguments, but I see a couple that are crazy about each other and the sex just being very, very intense. And Pluto knows how to rein Mars back in, and it's with sex. All right, the last one is, okay, this is probably the one that's not expected, but South Node conjunctions. Yes. South Node conjunction. So if someone has their South Node in a particular sign, let's say their South Node sits in Virgo, and you might date someone who has their Mars in Virgo conjunct your South Node. South Node is what we already know, what we're familiar with, and what can also hold us back. And the more experienced in life you get and you meet other people that sit other people that sit in your south node, you will notice that, you know what, I used to really like this energy, but now I feel like I need to kind of explore something a bit different. If you become conscious of your south node like that, and you are meeting people who sit in the south node, they are going to hold you back in that space.
If we reference Virgo to health issues, our health issues, Mars in Virgo is a position where people usually have multiple health issues and they've got to work on managing their health in this lifetime. So if they have Mars in Virgo conjunct your south node, they might be projecting a lot of their own health issues onto you. So they might have diabetes, they might have something going on, and their bad habits can be passed on to you.
Not saying that you shouldn't date people that have the energy, but what I am saying is I'm not the biggest fan of it because it represents being held back. If you have Mars conjunct the south node, the aspects to that person's Mars will also determine how positive or negative they will impact on your south node. If I see Saturn, if I see Pluto, oh my gosh. If I see Chiron, people, those planets, those points that represent struggle, restrictions, intensity, power control, pain, all conjunct someone's south node, my concerns are this person is holding you back, but they're also familiarizing you with the association of that planet in a negative way. Those are my top 5 worst placements for synastry. I know I have missed a lot because there is so many. I could literally talk all day about the worst placements in synastry, but if you guys have some, put it in the comment section below and we'll talk about it. All right, but let me know what you want to see next. I want to do more of these fun videos, but yeah, just a little quick thing. See you soon. Bye.